do you know Prabhuji? I'm a doctor. I said, yes. And he said, do you know Prabhuji? I'm doing MS. MS means higher studies in medicine. I said, yes, I know. Do you know Prabhuji? I'm studying in AIMS, which is one of the premier institutions in India. This is not like it's like a big thing. It's like one of the top institutions, medical institutions in India. I said, yes, I know. I don't have time. I told him that, you're a doctor. Who comes to see you? He said, sick people come to see me. What do you do? I write prescription. Your prescription, what do you write? I write medicine. What the guy is supposed to do? He's supposed to eat medicine. Suppose I am your patient. I come to you, you write prescription. I take the prescription back, and then I come to you after 1 week. I am more sick. What will you ask me? Did you take the medicine? And I will tell you, I don't have any time. I am so busy that I don't have time to take the medicine. What will you do? What will you do? He told me, I'll kick him out of my clinic. Bloody fellow, I am writing medicine. You are sick. You are supposed to eat the medicine. You are not eating medicine. You are coming back more sick. And you are telling me what to do? I told him, you are also the same guy.
What he said?
He did everything until he got initiation. So, when you ask such question that when I am sick, I am not able to chant, that means you are also the same guy. You understand? When you are sick, that means you have opportunity to die. Right? We are thinking that we may not die, but that's only out of foolishness. We may think, oh, this is only headache. If I sleep and if I get up, it will be all right. But who knows? Maybe some vein inside the brain bursted and you are going to die in half an hour and you are getting headache. Who knows? Could be possible.
Yeah.
So when you are sick, you should more seriously take medicine.
When you're sick, take more seriously medicine.
Yeah. So when you are sick, you should make sure that you chant your rounds. You should make sure that you read a little bit Bhagavatam or hear a lecture. This is very important when we are sick. Because sickness means what? Sickness means opportunity to die, correct? So then we should remember the holy name. Yes or no?
Yes.
So we may not do other things when we are sick. We may not go and do some service which we are supposed to do because we are sick. But there is a permanent service which you are supposed to do, which is chant the holy name. We should do it when we are sick. Okay, please read.
The seeds of all the planets in the universe were impregnated in the lotus on which Brahma was situated. All the planets were already generated by the Lord, and all the living entities were also born in Brahma.
You see, like what Krishna tells to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita 11th chapter. Krishna tells Arjuna that I killed already all of them. You just go, you act as an instrument, and then you take your name. Nimitta matram bhava savyasachin, says. That there Krishna calls Arjuna as savyasachin. You know why? What is the meaning of the word savyasachin? You know? What is that?
One who is good at archery.
One who is able to throw arrows with both hands in the same dexterity is called savyasachin. Normally, people throw arrow from one hand with dexterity. They have one particular hand to hold the bow, the other hand to throw the arrow. But if you try to reverse, they may not be so efficient. But Arjuna is so trained in archery that it doesn't matter. He can actually use any hand with the same dexterity. That's why he is called savyasachin. So Krishna told him, just because you have extraordinary dexterity in throwing arrows, don't think that you are going to win. You are going to win because I already killed all of them. That's why he called him savyasachin.
To just want
Yes.
All the living entities, they are born in Brahma.
Means they are born along with Brahma.
Along with Brahma. Whereas neither maybe in the body or not.
No, they are all born along with Brahma. The whole bunch was there already. Okay, please read.
You are inquired by from Maitreya. Oh my lord, oh
Please read
No,
further.
no, the complete
Sorry.
universe.
The complete universe is a manifestation of varieties of entities beginning from the atoms up to the gigantic universe itself. And all is under the control of the Supreme Lord in his form of Kala, or eternal time. The controlling time has different dimensions in relation to particular physical embodiments. There is a time for atomic dissolution and a time for universal dissolution. There is a time for the annihilation of the body and the human being. And there is a time for the annihilation of the universal body.
Means that controlling time has different dimensions in relation to particular physical embodiments. Means like ant has a particular physical embodiment of an ant. So the soul who is occupying the ant body, he experiences the time according to the life cycle of an ant. Okay? An ant may be born and the ant may die in I don't know how many days or years or whatever it is. Okay? But a human being is born and a human being is dying in a certain life cycle. So each living entity, according to the physical body which he has, he experiences time factor. Like Brahma experiences time factor according to his own time. We experience time factor according to our own time. So different physical embodiments, they actually experience time according to their own understanding of time. So that's what it means. Yes.
You know the celestial beings and the high planetary systems?
Yeah.
How can we understand their timing? Because for let's just say 6 months of hours is one of their days. So
Yes.
how would we be able to how did they see time? Because just time, how can we understand that?
There's a nice paper called as I think the title is Entomology of Time in Gaudiya Vaishnavism or something like that.
And entomology of time.
Yeah. I can send the paper. Okay. So this is a simple understanding. Okay. This X, this lower half denotes the material world, the upper half denotes the spiritual world, and the intersection point is Brahmajyoti. Okay. So this realm is material world. This realm is controlled by time. This is spiritual world. This realm is controlled by past time. Okay? Here time drives everything, here past time drives everything. Clear? Okay? This is 0 point. You neither feel time nor there are past times. This is the 0 point. There is no time, there is no past time. You just go and hang there. Okay? This is Brahmajyoti. No time, no past time. Now, this is Brahma. Okay? This is Brahma's 100 years. Okay? This is Earth. This is Earth 100 years. This is Earth. This is Earth.
Okay.
So, if you take Brahma's 100 years, it's very, very short time in Earth. You understand? But for us, we live a long time when compared to Brahma's 100 years. Now, this is demigods. You see, compared to Brahma's time, demigod's time is still more expanded. So for us, compared to Brahma's time, demigod's time is longer duration. You see how it works? Very simple. Very, very simple. The same time factor, it expands like this.
Brahma's time is shorter in comparison to the width of the earth, right?
Correct, means that Brahma's 100 years, you experience it as 3.11 trillion years or something like that.
Right.
Okay? So Brahma's 100 years is experienced by demigods in a different way.
Right.
So demigods 100 years you experience as a separate bandwidth of time. Because there are 71 cycles of demigods in one lifetime of Brahma.
Right.
So that's how time works. Yes.
Those Brahma is 100 years past like our 100 years.
Yeah, for him it is like 100 years same.
So it's really fast for him.
For him it is okay. Every day he's going, coming, every day he's getting up, he's doing, and then he's just finished, and then he's sleeping, and then getting up, and then.
So we may see a Brahma living long, but himself is.
He doesn't feel that he's living long. He's just feeling that I'm going, oh, 50 years already over. Now another 50 years I will die. He's afraid.
Okay, so.
Like we are seeing mosquitoes living small, the Brahma is also
Yeah,
seen
see,
as mosquitoes.
Small time that we are in, but his time, he is just running his 100 years. He's not like thinking, oh, I have long life, dying. He's not thinking like that.
So his perception of time is up to his level. So he's
But when he perceives the time of human beings, he sees that, oh, these days are tuck, dying.
Like we see ants.
Yeah, it's like that.
You see, this is what I want to understand. How does he see that? In what way?
Because their scale is different from our scale. From here we don't have visibility, from there they have visibility. Like you are able to see that, what is that?
Larva.
That fly which comes during the rainy season. It comes,
Fireflies?
not firefly.
Comes and goes. Like in the
Okay.
one day.
It comes, it goes around the light, and then it dies at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes.
No.
No.
Raining time coming. I don't know.
There is a type of fly, okay? It just lives only one day.
One day?
Only one day, according to our calculation.
No.
There's
Yes.
Yes.
It lives exactly one day according to our calculation. It comes during rainy season. It is born in the morning, and then in the evening time it gets attracted to the light, and it comes and it very fast rotates around the light. And next day morning, if you see, you can see all of them lying dead
Yeah.
under the light.
He said.
Ethan.
This change of
Mayfly.
weather also it came in my home. All
It comes.
Like.
Mayfly.
Huh?
Mayfly.
Mayfly. Yeah.
It's called mayfly. It lives only one day.
In US,
Oh.
in US they said that there is a season of one particular insect. It comes once in some 12 years or 15 years. It comes in so many quantity. It comes this year. I think last year it came.
Locust.
Huh? Not locust. There's some insect they said that it comes in huge quantity and it does also lives only for one day. It just comes the same day on the tree it is there, then it makes and then it falls down and then it dies. That's it. So you are seeing the whole lifetime of that insect within a day,
Right.
right? You have visibility of their lifestyle which is so short.
Right.
Like that, Brahma has visibility of our life which is so short.
Oh. That's powerful. Okay, I get it now.
Okay.
So to Brahma, his sense of perception is that's just like a normal time for him.
Yeah,
But because we can't relate to it, we're not able to see how he sees
yeah,
it basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Brahma's life is short as well as our.
yeah. That's why there's no point becoming Brahma.
And just why, if I was Brahma and I want to live long, then I go into the earth and I live longer?
No, but by the time you come here, okay, you already, your time is gone.
Because Katvanga Mars, that's what he did. He was in the demigod planets and he came back and he had 30 minutes or so.
Yeah,
That's what he did.
yeah, the Katwanga.
Yes.
Yeah,
So why don't the demigods come in this planet if they want to live longer?
because they are seeing how miserable life we are living. They are seeing now how miserable life we are living, so they don't want to come.
Overall package is very bad.
Like Brahma, he is seeing that talk, these guys are dying. He is not, when we come here, we are not going to have Brahma's lifetime. The moment we come here, we'll have the lifetime according to this place. So, what is the use of coming here? So, Brahma can actually live there.
Because I remember in Katvanga pastimes,
Yeah,
or in even his Revati
Yeah.
Mars, he came
Yes.
back to earth and then he's.
he came to Brahma and then Brahma said, your whole dynasty is finished.
Yes.
Now everything is gone. Even with Indra Maharaj is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What's the reason for the time being like this in the first place?
it's Krishna's mercy.
But how is that merciful? If in the sense that if each
I'll tell you how it is Krishna's mercy. These are places of enjoyment. Okay? In places of enjoyment, time is perceived longer. These are places of suffering.
Time is
So you said that
slower.
they experience the time in the same way as we would.
So here, these are places of suffering. These are places of enjoyment. For a neutral viewer who actually views this through Bhagavatam or the Shastra, then you can clearly see Krishna has given longer duration of life for the sake of enjoyment, and Krishna has made shorter and shorter duration of life for the sake of suffering.
But when they're actually experiencing it themselves,
That's okay, but when they are experiencing, they don't find it. But when you actually, as a human being, view through the eyes of Shastra, you actually find it.
okay,
Because the only person who can actually appreciate Krishna's mercy is the human being and above. So when you get an opportunity as human being, when you actually see how the time factor is designed, you can immediately actually see Krishna's mercy.
I get the point, but the thing is the reason why I realize I'm finding it confusing is because the distance of the earth is wider than it is for Brahma. So for me, mentally, I'm thinking, because the earth is wider, it seems like the time is longer. Do you understand?
Yeah, but the time is longer in the sense for the same time of Brahma, the earthly time is longer, correct? The same 100 years of Brahma, the earthly time is experienced as 3.11 trillion years.
So
Oh, like,
You can understand.
You understood?
I'm getting there nearly, it's just nearly clicked there.
See, this is 100 years of Brahma.
Yeah,
If earthly 100 years is also same as 100 years of Brahma,
right.
then the line should be like this. It should be like this. This is Brahma, this is Earth, this is like this. The line should be like this.
Right.
Okay? But 100 years of Brahma we experience as like this. Therefore, line is like this.
Oh, sort of getting there.
So we go faster.
It's a lot stronger than it was before. Like the understanding, there's something missing. But I don't know what it is.
Our time goes faster than Brahma. that means.
Our time runs like anything. From Brahma's perspective.
Yes.
We are quickly born, we are quickly running, we are quickly dying.
Yeah. How do you see that? Is in accelerated, like in the TV when you
Fast
Yeah,
forward.
it's like that, it's like that. It's like fast forward. Hey, this guy is quickly born, he's quickly having the body, he's quickly going, he's quickly dying.
Less than a second.
So, anyway, so this is material world, this is spiritual world. Like when you go to Vaikuntha, you only have Dasya. You go from Vaikuntha to a higher planetary system, then you get more and more rasa. You go to the Goloka, you find all varieties of rasas. And then there is Ananta Leela. These all varieties of rasas infinitely expands into different type of pastimes. So, spiritual world is controlled by pastime, material world is controlled by time.
No, how you said the down planets suffering? All below soil, they are also enjoying it. Only Earth is main.
But they are not enjoyment in mode of ignorance. The enjoyment is in mode of ignorance. So therefore, ultimately it is suffering. Their sex life is in mode of ignorance. It's not in mode of goodness. They have
They have also mode of goodness.
sex life in the higher planetary system is mode of goodness. Like Swarga, sex life in Swarga is mode of goodness.
What do you mean by that?
There's only enjoyment. There's no suffering. They don't give birth to baby.
Oh, they just do no birth.
Yeah, they just enjoy. Even if sometime they give birth to baby, it's just like it's like the baby is born like this and grows immediately. Devagarbha,
Like Ramna.
like that. So there is no suffering due to sex life. Sex life is not a suffering there. But there they have all this Mohini, Pumshali, all these different kind of women witches
Which?
in the Bilasarga. In Bilasarga, there are women witches, which are the equivalent of Apsaras.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful, like-
They
Very
will-
beautiful.
They will
Very
come-
beautiful. But sex with them will kill.
Oh, really?
Sometimes in India they say Mohini has come and they killed the young man, like that they say. In India it's very common, they say that there is Pichachi, Mohini Pichachi came and very beautiful. Like sometimes these young people in the village, they go and they sleep in the agricultural field during the harvest time, and this Mohini comes and it has sex with them and just kills them.
So for them having sex is not like a regulated principle.
No, there is no regulatory principle, nothing. They enjoy, but it is all sex in mode of ignorance. This is enjoyment in Billa Sarga is in mode of ignorance.
And Swarga,
Sarga is mode of goodness.
but regulated principle doesn't apply there.
There are different type of regulatory principle. See, rules and regulations are applied according to the qualification of a person. A person who is more qualified, he has less rules. A person who is less qualified, he has more rules. It's very simple. It's a logical thing. Like in a primary school there are more rules. In a college there are less rules. Why? Because in primary school children are less qualified. In college they become young men, they become more qualified, supposed to be. So there are less rules in a college. In a primary school there are more rules. So always when people are less qualified, there will be more rules, and when people are more qualified, there will be less rules. So you can't apply the rules of a less qualified person to a more qualified person. You can't do all those things. There's nothing called equal justice. Justice is according to a person's qualification. If you try to apply the rules of the previous yuga in this yuga, it will not work. In previous yuga, if a brother is passed away, then the brother's wife can be impregnated by a brother who is living. And that is not considered bad in the previous yuga. Or if a king does not have a son, then the queen can be impregnated by a brahmana. So that's not considered bad in previous yuga. But in this yuga, you can't do those things.
Prohibited.
Hmm?
Prohibited.
Prohibited. Those things are prohibited in this yuga. So, the rules of the previous yuga cannot be applied to this yuga because in this yuga people are so fallen and so unqualified that the rules of the previous yuga doesn't apply. Okay, this is the definition of time. The eternal time is the primeval source of interaction of the three modes of material nature. Yes.
Something God is building.
Oh my God.
Something is coming. Zoom.
This was going to kill me.
Impossible time.
Okay, so this is the definition of time. Eternal time is the primal source of interaction between the three modes of material nature. It is unchangeable and limitless, and it works as the instrument of the Supreme Personality of Godhead for the pastime of for his pastimes in creation. But see, it is said Purushastat Upadanam. Upadana Karana means instrument cause. There are different type of causes which are, every philosophy which analyzes cause and effect, it has list of different type of causes. Even modern philosophy is also same. They have different type of causes. Like for example, there is like the classic example which is given is the potter who is making the pot. In order to make a pot, you require clay, you require water, you require fire. These are all ingredients of making a pot. So these are called as ingredient costs. Okay, and there is the potter's wheel, which is the instrument cost, because potter's wheel is the instrument, and potter's hand is the instrument. So the working senses and the extensions of working senses in terms of instruments, they are always called as instrument costs. Then the potter is actually making the pot. So he is the original cause, the prime cause of the pot. That he is the one who is actually making the pot. Okay, and the pot is made because there is a customer to take the pot. So the customer is called as the responsible cause. So like that, there are different causes are there. Okay, so here the analysis of time is made as upadanam. Upadanam means instrument, but actually time is not the upadana. Time is actually the efficient cause. It is not the instrument cause, but it is the efficient cause. But it is an instrument when it is seen from the perspective of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why it is said Tat Upadanam. It is his instrument. For him it is instrument, for us it is efficient cause. Is clear?
Yes.
Is clear? Yes.
So in verse number 9, the higher planets such as Maharloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka and Brahmaloka do not dissolve in devastating water.
Correct.
On the purpose. Is the Satyaloka and Brahmaloka is the same too? Or
Yeah. Same.
Same. Satyaloka and Brahmaloka is
Sometimes Brahmaloka also means the spiritual world.
So in the same it is said higher planetary system is not dissolved because inhabitants practice devotional service. So during partial dissolution, then souls also enter the Bhavadakasha Vishnu, or they do Shravan Kirtan at night.
No, they all sleep along with Brahma. They all sleep